Welcome to the Suffolk Shingle. Bit of a plan B session tonight. We were due to go and fish the sand up north of Suffolk. Unfortunately, Latitude's on, which would have meant traffic would have been absolutely insane. So we're on the shingle instead. And I've turned up. Some young lad was walking out the car park, showed me a picture of a nice double figure hound he's caught tonight. Dave's had a little hound as well. I'm here with Dave. He's next door to me. And all I've got is basically soul fishing gear, because I took all my dongles and my pulley rigs out of my box before I come down here. So I've got a flapper on the left and an earth rig on the right hand side, 15-pound snoods, size 6 hooks. If we get a hound on one of them, it's going to be interesting. But it's basically, I had a plan in my mind. We're going to go up there, we were going to do something a little bit different. That's not working out. The carp gear's at home as well. So basically tonight it's just a nice relaxing session with Dave. I'll bring Dave on the camera later. We'll show you what he catches as well. A pound of ragworm, a couple of rods, just a chilled out summer night session, fishing with ragworm, seeing what species we can get. First cast done, no fish as yet. We're fishing the down tide, so it's not the best time of tide here. Unfortunately, it's the only time I can get out this weekend. Just going to show you the tackle I'm using today. I've got my faithful Gray's PZ matches, lovely old rods, lovely soft action, really good for scratching around. 7HT turbo, 16-pound line, 60-pound leader. Up to, this one's got the flapper on it. Like I say, I'm using an earth rig as well, but flapper, 5-ounce lead, little bits of ragworm. And all I'm doing is literally plonking it out there. Like I say, it's a bit more of a relaxed session tonight. I'm not going to walk up and down dunking the rag. They're nice, chunky, fresh rag. And it's just literally a case of overhead thump and bosh. Lock that in place. And we're good to go. I think high tide's about 3 o'clock. And it's now around about probably 11:30ish, maybe getting on for 12. Probably going to fish it till about 5-ish, maybe fish it 2 up, see what happens. But it's just a nice, easy scratching session, seeing what there is. I wish I'd have bought them pulley panels. Really do wish I'd have dongles, because I'd have been sending big rag baits out there, seeing if there's any hounds about. Just heard some shouting from further down the beach, so there might have been another hound landed. You just don't know. Like I say, if I get one on the earth rig, I'll get Dave to hit the camera if I don't get it in time, and we'll see what happens with that. Flapper, I'm quite confident I can land one on, but the earth rig, I don't think I'm that confident, to be honest with you. We'll see. Anyway, second cast, rods are in the water, tide's ebbing out. There's always a chance of some fish here. You never know what you're going to catch. Still nothing as yet. It is so chilled out though. The weather is beautiful. Flat, calm sea. Wisp of a westerly, which is what you want down here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's coming into August though, so fishing's not that great around here. But to know there's hounds about at this time of year, that's a little bit different. It really is. Let's have a little chat. I was going to say thank you very much for all my new subscribers. It's ticking up. Views. It's YouTube at the end of the day. Some videos do good, some videos not so good. It's just luck of the draw. I'm not really too bothered, to be honest with you. You know, if I get 500 to 1,000 views, happy days. If I get more than that, even happier days. The first carp fishing video I've done has got quite a lot of views. But that gives you an incentive, you know, you get all them views and you're doing these YouTube videos, and it's quite nice to see. A lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of nice comments. Some not so nice, but a lot of nice comments. So thank you very much for that as well. And as I've said in the past, when I reach 5,000 subs, I'm going to do a giveaway. Not because I'm trying to draw you in, but just because you take your time to watch my videos and you're what make my channel. It's not about me. I'm not doing this. I'm not just doing this to make money or anything like that, because I'm never going to do that. I have a full-time job. I've got a family at home. I just do this for a bit of fun. Once a week, I get to go out, I'll make a video. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It still goes on the channel. But if I hit 5,000, do a giveaway. It's not going to be anything massive. It's not going to be a really expensive, top of the range Zippy or a Century or a Verret. I'd love to give you a Verret. I'd love it. But it's not going to be something like that. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be half decent, you know? And it's actually going to be a real giveaway. I've seen some channels on here that do giveaways, say the winner, and then you check and you go on the YouTube and, you know, comments, I'm just nosy. And the person who's won it will come on the comments and they were added, they joined the channel a week ago. Make of that what you will. But with this giveaway, it's a real giveaway. One of you subs will win something. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. 5,000's a long way away. I might not get there for another year or so. Might be 2 years. Might never reach it. The channel might just die a death. Who knows? But if you want to sub, little plug here. If you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button now. If you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. Give the video a like. You know, it's nice to see the channel going, because even though we enjoy making these videos, you don't know the work that goes into them. You see some of these channels that have not very many subscribers, and it's quite sad because they're putting these videos out, loads of videos, you know, and you know the work and the heart and the soul that goes in from that angler to make that video. And it's not just on the beach, it's the editing, it's the time away from the family. You know, you've got to find time to edit that video. It's time, it's all time consuming. If you're being paid by the hour, you wouldn't make very much money, but you'd still make some money from being paid by the hour to do the video. But hey ho, there you go. Anyway, I'm waffling, I'm rambling. Them tips need to start moving and we need to get a fish. Slack liner on the left rod. It just rattled, bloody hell, that is slack. I just rattled a couple of times and then slackened right off. There we go, there's something there. See what happens with that. That was quite a decent little bite actually. I heard bang, bang, bang. So the fish is still there, that's on the flapper. And it's managed to move lead. You know, if it was a little tiny fish, which it is anyway, but if it was tiny, it wouldn't have moved the lead and slackened it off that much. But what we've got to wait for now is another bang. And if there is another bang, it means there's a fish on there. Weren't expecting that. I'd literally just stopped doing that little bit of video, sat down, looked up, and I just hit dong, 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 slack. But that was pretty darn slack. There we go, there is something there. That might be a sole. That could be a sole. I don't think it will be because the rod's up in the water. But then again, I am fishing one up and I've got one down right next to... We'll see what that is. That could be a sole. It could be a little baby Bertie. Let's have a look, see. Slowly pull it out of the mud. There we go. I don't think there's anything there. Well, that was missed. That was a sole. Dagnabbit. That would have been a sole grabbing the bait. Lesson learned. I honestly thought that would have had the bait in its mouth. Might be on there. It might be so tiny that we can't see what it is. Dagnabbit. Where are you? Anything there? Oh, there is. And it is... It's come off. And it's been washed away. That was a little baby Bertie. Dagnabbit. That's, yeah. That just got washed away because it came off right on the edge of the surf. You got to believe me on that one. There was a fish there. A little baby Bertie bass, tiny little thing, looked like a roach. So the fish are there and they are feeding. So what we'll do is, we'll just keep fishing and see if we can land one. Well, I ain't gonna lie, this is really quiet. Oh my word. Apart from that one bass that dropped off earlier, I've not seen a bite. Dave's had a couple of little pulls, but he's absolutely welling it out. I'm not hitting it that far, to be honest with you. So we're covering all bases. He's got fish baits. I've got worm baits. He's using worms as well. But I'm surprised that we haven't seen a sole or a weaver. Lovely ground here for sole. You've got all this shingle, which turns into sandy shingle, and then as it goes further out, it's muddy clay bottom, which we know they love. The salt absolutely love a muddy bottom. They love it. They love grubbing around in it. They love finding all the little bits of food in it. But at this moment in time, there's not a lot there. It is small tides, and it isn't the best part of the tide to fish. That lad who had the smooth hound, I reckon he caught that probably around about high tide. So there was probably a little bit of run there because it was dark in the picture. That was a hell of a fish. Dark in the picture. So I reckon it would have been around at high tide when the tide was running. So we've got an hour and a half till low. Fish it probably maybe an hour after low when the tide starts running. See if anything comes through. But at this moment in time, it's a tough old night. Plan B, when you want to go fishing and you have a plan B, well, it's not even a plan B. Plan A, I'm pretty certain plan A tonight, we would have smashed it if we'd have been able to get up onto the sand on the north of the Suffolk. I really do. I reckon there would have been sole up there. I reckon there'd have been bass. I reckon there'd have been a lot of species. But latitude, attitude, splatitude, ruined it for us. Well, I say ruined it for us. We would have been stuck in traffic. There would have been traffic all the way there and probably coming back as well. There'd have probably been traffic on the road. You've got roadworks as well, which would have made it hard to get there and back. So we come to Shingle Street, which is normally, it's a very easy venue to fish. And it's normally a sort of banker venue, so to speak, where you can come down and you can normally pluck a ray out. Hounds, not really heard of that much here. But you get bass, you get rays, you get a lot of species. And sole. But there's nothing here tonight. Well, there could be. It could suddenly pick up. That's the thing with fishing. You never know. It could suddenly get better. That's why you sit it out. That's why you constantly have to keep changing your baits. Never sit on your hands. Keep them baits changed. Keep them baits going in every 20 minutes. Fresh bait. Because all it takes is for that one fish to swim past. And if you're, say you got a ragworm you've left in for 40 minutes, hasn't been crabbed, ain't got much scent coming off it. Whereas if you've got a bait you're putting out every 20 minutes, you've got that scent in the water, which that fish will pick up on, and it will smash. Just not tonight. So far. It could happen. We'll see. We'll see, like I say, over low, and as it changes, it could come on. We'll find out in a little while. But if we blank, we blank. It is what it is. It's a session, it's a fishing session, it's real life, it's reality. It's the only time I get out. I get out one night a week, and that is when I make my videos. I don't get to go out loads of times, 2, 3, 4 times a week, and make these videos, and then put the best one out. What you see is my only fishing session that week. That is why there's a lot of planning going in. It's meticulous. I'm looking at tides, I'm looking at winds, I'm constantly looking at it. You know, I've got an idea in my head, right, westerlies, warm weather, smallest tide, perfect up north. Here, not so good. Bigger tides here are a little bit better. But you have to do what you can deal with. Full-time job, got a baby at home. Well, I say a baby, she's 1 year old now. If anyone's wants to know about Athena, she's nearly walking. She's standing up all the time. Her vocabulary is coming on perfect. Apparently she's stuck every 5 seconds at the minute. All you hear is, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. I don't know where she's got that from. But soon, hopefully I'll be able to get her out on the beach. I want to be able to show her a fish this summer, just so she can see one up close. She's seen me watching all the YouTube videos on the telly, and she loves it when there's someone with I watch carp videos, I watch sea fishing, and every time someone on there has a fish, she's like, ooh. So I'd love to show her one in real life. But we'll see. Luckily, she's not here today, tonight, because she'd be sitting there going, what is this all about? Anyway, I'm babbling. You can always tell when I've got a video which I haven't caught many fishing because you get a lot of babbling from me. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is probably the quietest session I've had in a long time on the Suffolk shingle. I'm classing it as a blank at the minute because even though I did have that little bass on, it fell off down there. But I have had a fish, but there's sand in my reel. Oh dear, that's not good. But apart from that, it's very quiet. It's coming up to near low tide, so I reckon I'll probably give this maybe, see how this cast goes, see how I feel after that, because it is, there you go, nice. It is getting cold. Dave's gone home. But yeah, Dave's gone, he's had enough. So it's just me down here by myself now. There's no one else down here. Not surprising really, everyone that was here has gone because it's a 3 up, 3 down maximum venue. And I've fished it all the way down. Oopsie daisy. But you never know. There's always a chance of a fish. Could still be a sole out there. Be surprised if there wasn't. Little bass, something like that. So I'm going to give this 20 minutes. See how I feel after that 20 minutes. Might have one more cast. Like I say, it's nearly low. But there's nothing about. Oh, I hate these videos where it looks like I might blank. But it is what it is. We're going to keep going. Got 2 fresh rag baits out there, or 4 fresh rag baits. I'm fishing 2 two-hook flappers now because the earth rig kept getting tangled up for some reason. Probably didn't tie it correctly, might have tied it a little bit wrong. Yeah, hey ho. Let's see what happens in this last 20 minutes. See if we have another cast after that. I'll come back to you, let you know what my plans are. After all that spiel, I've got a bite on the right-hand rod. Get out of the way of that. Ooh, come over it. Watch that right-hand rod. Now that could be a sole because it's given no violent bangs. It's literally pulled around, it shook a little bit. There we go, see? That to me says sole. Because it's not a bass. A bass would be violently pulling that round. A bass would be smacking it round. That'd be banging about, but it's just little pulls. There we go. I'm saying sole. Let's see what happens with that right-hand rod. Come on. There's something playing with it. Definitely something playing with it. There we go. Very slightly pulling round. And again. And again, that's a sole. Guaranteed that is a sole. I keep saying sole, it probably isn't. But I'm saying that's a flatfish, the way that's biting. Now it's a case of sitting on my hands and doing nothing because they will be working their way up that bait until they find the hook. Now, whatever it is at this moment in time, it's playing with the worm. So we're going to sit back and watch that tip. Come on. Well, it's still tapping away. I've sat on my hands for 10 minutes just to see if it can actually work its way up the worm, and it is still tapping away. So let's reel it in and see if there's anything on there. And if there is, I'm calling flatfish. I'm calling sole. But I'm pretty certain a little bass would have done more than that. If it's not hooked, I'm going to be devastated because I've literally sat on my hands for that. Come on. Out you come. Out. That's in the clay, which is where you want it to be. It doesn't actually feel like there's anything there. Oh my word, I think I missed that. Oh, blimey. Fiddlesticks, as they may say. Where are you? No, there is something there. It's not a sole. It's what I said it wasn't. That is a little roach-sized bass. Better than nothing. At least I've got something to show for the camera. Oh, blimey. Oh dear, oh dear. And there was me thinking I had a sole. There it is. Little tiny bass. Second one of the night, but the only one I've managed to get in. First one obviously fell off. Let's have a little look at you, mate. You're tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Let's get him onto the camera for you to see. There he is. Look at the size of him. He is absolutely tiny, bless him. Little tiny Bertie bass, like a little roach. There we go. Stuck it out, got a fish. Not really anything special. However, the little bass saved the day. I'm going to reel that other rod in. I'm going to get going home. Thank you very much for watching. Not a productive session at all, really, but it is what it is. That is fishing for you. You take care of yourselves, hit subscribe, and I'll see you by the water very soon.